You ship code, it passes tests, it deploys, 6 months later, you're the one debugging it, and you're thinking, who wrote this garbage? Alright, you did. Here's the uncomfortable truth about code quality. The code you write today is the code you and your team will live with for years. Bad code doesn't just ship, it sticks around, it accumulates, it becomes the foundation you build on. And that foundation determines how fast you can move. Most engineers think code quality is about formatting. Variable names, clean syntax, following linter rules, that's the surface. It's important, but it's not what determines whether your code is maintainable 6 months from now. Real code quality is about reducing cognitive load for everyone who touches your code later, including future you. Break problems down. The biggest indicator of poor code quality is a function or method that does too much. If you're scrolling past 50 lines to understand what a function does, that's not code, that's a maze. Break it into smaller pieces. Each piece should do one thing. 1. If you can't name your function with a simple phrase, it's doing too much. A function called process user data and send email and log metrics is 3 functions masquerading as 1. Split it. Your brain can only hold so much context at once. Respect that limit. Have a test plan before you write code. Most engineers write tests after. That's backwards. Tests force you to think about edge cases, error states, and integration points before you're committed to an approach. When you write the test first, you design the interface from the outside in. What does this code need to do? What are the inputs and outputs? Once the test defines success, the implementation becomes straightforward. You'll catch design flaws before they become architectural decisions. Focus on the critical path. Not all code needs the same level of quality. The authentication system, high quality. The one-off script you'll run twice, good enough. Perfectionism is procrastination in disguise. Direct your quality effort where it matters most. Code that runs frequently, touches user data, or becomes a dependency for other systems. Everything else, ship it, move on. Code review feedback is your best quality signal. When reviewers consistently ask about error handling, add error handling. When they ask about tests, add tests. When they ask for clarity, simplify. The patterns in feedback aren't personal. They're pointing to gaps in your code quality practice. Keep a running list of feedback themes. Address them in your next PR before they ask. Embrace the pain. Debugging is painful for a reason. It's your code telling you where it's hard to understand, where edge cases aren't handled, where the complexity is too high. Lean into that pain. Don't just fix the bug. Fix the structure that made the bug possible. Refactor while you're in there. Future you will think present you. What makes this hard? Speed versus quality always feels like a trade-off. Ship fast now, pay later. But here's the thing, you will pay. Either you invest in quality up front, or you pay in debugging time and failed deploys, and the mental overhead of working with a messy codebase. The interest compounds. The engineers who level up their code quality fastest are the ones who stop seeing quality as optional. It's not. It's the speed limit for your team's velocity. So here's your move for this week. Before you write your next feature, write the test first. Define what success looks like, then implement. If that feels awkward, start smaller, pick one function you wrote recently and break it into 2 smaller functions. One job each. Code quality isn't about being pedantic. It's about respecting your future self and your team. The code you write today sets the ceiling for how fast you can move tomorrow. Build that ceiling high. Comment with the code quality rule that changed your game. Subscribe for more on leveling up your engineering craft. See you next time.